Well, Cam, that seems to
Ciao, Augusto.
that seems to put a smile on your face.
Great car.
Do you mind if we have a chat about the car?
Yeah, let's go.
So, Cam, before we talk about the car, you've come on board Zagami Automotive as our new GM of Zagami Autosports,
Yep.
which is our motorsport division. Can you tell us a little bit about this new venture, perhaps?
Yeah, it's an exciting new venture for the group. Bobby was instrumental in creating a lot of track days. Bobby Zagami for the group. All our dealerships run multiple track days. So Autosport is to create another level for our customers that are right into their motorsport and potentially want to buy a race car. So they can come here, we're across all our brands, provide them with either a track day car or a race car, run it in our workshop, a full arrive and drive customer race division.
Now, the car. What's your initial thoughts about the car?
Oh, mate, I absolutely love the car. This car just talks to you. It has culture about it. It's a very comfortable everyday drive. My son was very excited when I picked him up from school in it because it gets a lot of looks. But what I like about it is that you can put it in dynamic mode, you can feel the suspension firm up, changes the shift points, and if anyone owns one of these cars, you have to take it out to a racetrack, turn it into race mode, and it just goes another level again. And you know, for sure, this kind of car is going to be driven day to day, around town, maybe up in the hills. But if you own one of these cars, you have to take it out and experience it on a racetrack as well.
Now, you drive a lot of sometimes exotic cars on the road. You get the chance to do. What are the looks? Do you get any looks with the car, or what's the attraction there?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think the Cloverleaf, is everyone is synonymous with the Alfa brand and the history that it has in motorsport. But you wouldn't see this car when you first look at it. The angles are very nice, but you wouldn't think of it as a track day performer. But when you get in it, that changes completely, And I think for me, a good sign of a sport road car or a fantastic sporty road car is when you can adjust the seat in 5 seconds and feel like you're part of the car. A lot of cars, it takes a lot of time. I drive a car for 2 or 3 weeks to really get the seat down another couple of mils, steering wheel down. In this car, I was able to just get comfortable in it straight away. And for me, that's a good sign of a really nicely engineered sports car.
What about some of the dynamic features the car has, like torque vectoring and the dynamic control, and so forth? What does that do to the car, and what's your feedback from it?
Well, I prefer to drive the car in dynamic mode, which does change the gear shift points, does firm up the suspension a little bit, but around town it's still not too firm, doesn't shake your bones. So there's about 3 different modes that the driver can play with. When you turn it into race mode, which you can do on the road, it turns most of the ESC or the traction control off, but still keeps the torque vectoring. So again, just another opportunity to go on a nice bit of windy road to really feel that torque vectoring working, where it helps the car turn into the corner, but also helps it put the power down on the way out of the corner. And a lot of models have been very big in getting ESC traction, but this car takes it to another level with that torque vectoring system. But you just put it in neutral mode around town, and it's a quiet sleeper that you wouldn't know what's under the bonnet when you drive it in that mode.
Lastly, Cam, the 99% of our customers will probably end up buying it for road use. For that perhaps 1% that will drive it for the track and actually race it, is it a serious contender?
I think the limit of this car will be way above most owners. With all due respect, most owners will use it to go out for dinner, their daily commute, which it does that beautifully, does it better than anything. But what the owner needs to know is that this car is capable of far more, and that's why I challenge any owner to come to one of maybe our track days or any track days with the Alfa Club and do a few laps in race mode. It's still safe because it will still have the torque vectoring, the ESC working, but wow, it opens up the shift points. You can use the paddles, you can hear it blip on the downshift, and it does feel like you're driving a race car.
All right, thanks, Cam. I appreciate you taking the time. Now, stay tuned for next week when we'll review the new Fiat 500X.
Now, just quickly, mate, is there any chance I can keep it for another few days? You're not getting these back?
Let me speak to Bobby. We'll see what happens.
I'm hiding them.